Om. 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 Dear souls, today I want to talk to you about a change, an amazing change, which is both taking place and has already taken place. This change is such that it is bringing up fear and is bringing up different strands of consciousness, different just emotions and just everything that has been dormant for a long time. Dear souls, I need you to know that everything is going exactly as it needs to be going. Our Father, Mother, God has everything right where it needs to be. Today I come to talk about the looming tower and how this looming tower has been replaced by 4 divine watchtowers, which were never not there. Only divine will has been adapted, and in this new age, in this adaptation of this divine will, we come together as co-creators. And as co-creators, this looming tower, this battle between the CIA and the FBI, this battle between the forces of light and the forces that which are not light. The looming tower has been overcome by the 4 cardinal watchtowers, which I mean the archangels Uriel, Raphael, Michael, and Gabriel. Air, water, earth, and fire. O holy Saint Uriel, intercede with us that our hearts may burn with the fire of the Sacred Heart of Jesus. Assist us in cooperating with the graces of our confirmation, that the gifts of the Holy Spirit may bear much fruit in our souls. Obtain for us the grace to use the sword of truth to pare away all that is not in conformity to the most adorable will of God in our lives, that we may fully participate in the army of the church. Amen. In the names and letters of the great Southern Quadrangle, I invoke ye angels of the Watchtower of the South. In the names and letters of the great Northern Quadrangle, I invoke ye angels of the Watchtower of the North. In the names and letters of the great Eastern Quadrangle, I invoke ye angels of the Watchtower of the East. In the names and the letters of the great Western Quadrangle, I invoke ye angels of the Watchtower of the West. Now these 4 cardinal watchtowers and their legions of light that I am, I come to you with a full and grateful heart. I come to you on the energies of completing the work of John Fitzgerald Kennedy, which I believe to be part of this ascension and of this light that we are today. So be it, and it was. Now, JFK is such a special soul that it would be ridiculous for me to claim that this is an extension of what he was doing. All I'm saying is that I simply feel that this speech is absolutely perfect for today. So I'm going to use the meat and the bones, of the acceptance speech of the Democratic nomination for president. Now, I come to make a pledge. Pledges which are made so eloquently are made to be kept. The rights of man, the civil and economic rights essential to the human dignity of all men, are indeed our goal and our first principles. This is a platform which I will stick to with enthusiasm and with conviction. And I am grateful that I can rely on the legions of light in the coming months. and for the rest of eternity. I feel a lot safer now that they are on my side again, realizing I had caused them to not be able to communicate with me. I hope that no American, considering the really critical issues facing this country, will let any kind of religious affiliation become relevant to the issues at hand. It is not relevant. I want to stress what some other political or religious leader may have said on this subject. It is not relevant what abuses may have existed in other countries or in other times. It is not relevant what pressures, if any, might conceivably be brought to bear on me. I am telling you now what you are entitled to know. That my decisions on everything will be based on the spirit of harmony and what is best for all of the collective consciousness, which is unity. We all know in our hearts, we recognize the power of the forces that have been lined against us. But I know the American people expect more from us than cries of indignation and attack. The times are too grave, the challenges are too urgent, and the stakes too high for us to permit the customary passions of political debate. It is not relevant, and it never was. We are not here to curse the darkness, but to light the candle that can guide us through that darkness to a safe and a sane future. As Winston Churchill stated on taking office some 70 years ago, if we open a quarrel between the present and the past, we shall be in danger of losing the future. And dear souls, the future is not lost. The future, this now moment for you and I, is victory. I am victory, and as victory, today our concern must be with that future, for the world is changing. The old era has ended. The old ways will not do. Abroad and within this United States of America, the balance of power is shifting. More accurately, it has shifted. We are light, and we are here to stay. There are new and more terrible weapons, new and uncertain nations, new pressures of population and deprivation. 1/3 of the world, it has been said, may be free. 1/3 of the world is the victim of cruel repression, and the other 1/3 is rocked by the pangs of poverty, hunger, and envy. And here now come I, to tell you that more energy is released by the awakening of these nations than by the fission of the atom itself. Friends have slipped into neutrality, and neutrals have shifted into hostility. A peaceful revolution for human rights, demanding an end to racial discrimination in all parts of our community life, has strained at the leashes imposed by a timid executive leadership. This is no more. No, that will not work. If it has to be taken away from someone else for me to have it, I don't want your freedom. And I will not have it. There has also been a change, a slippage in our intellectual and our moral strength. Blight has descended on our regulatory agencies in a dry rot, which, beginning in Washington, is seeping into every corner of America. We have went into this payola mentality. If we want something, we just pay for it. Dear souls, light is not for sale. That is, with your payola mentality, in this administration of our country, which will not be tolerated, light is not for sale. It simply makes it to where nothing matters anymore, nothing means anything when it can be purchased. Too many Americans have lost their way. Too many Americans have lost their will. Too many Americans have lost their sense of purpose. All over the world, particularly in the newer nations, young men are coming to power, men who are not bound by the traditions of the past, men who are not blinded by the old fears and hates and rivalries. Young men who can cast off the old slogans and delusions and suspicions. We will no longer tolerate this expense account way of life, this confusion, this teeter-totter. What is legal? What is right? What is right is light, and what is right is right now. See, we were founded on something which meant something, and it still does. We were founded, the motto of our beginnings was not every man for himself, dog eat dog. It was all for the common cause. They were determined to make that new world strong and free, to overcome its hazards and its hardships. They were determined to conquer the enemies that threatened from without and within. Today, some would say that those struggles are all over, that all the horizons have been explored, that all the battles have been won, that there is no longer an American frontier. But I trust that none of you watching this will agree with those sentiments, because I don't. For all of the problems are not all solved, and the battles are not all won. And we stand today on the edge of a new frontier, the frontier of the 2020s, a frontier of unknown opportunities and perils, a frontier of unfulfilled hopes and threats. We had Woodrow's New Freedom, we had Roosevelt's New Deal, John Fitzgerald Kennedy's New Frontier that he did not get to see through. We are going to see through that now. It wasn't able to be realized in the 1960s, which I speak of, but this is not a set of promises. It is a set of challenges to all of my people, as this new frontier is here whether we seek it or not. Beyond that frontier are the uncharted areas of science and space, the uncharted areas of consciousness, unsolved problems of peace and war, unconquered pockets of prejudice and ignorance, unanswered questions of poverty and surplus. It would be easier to shrink back from the frontier, to look at the safe mediocrity of the past, to be lulled by good intentions and high rhetoric, and those who prefer that course should not stand behind me, as I am not standing behind you. At least not yet. I am victory, and I am pleading to all children of light. Are you not light? Then light workers, mount up. Act accordingly then, dear souls. Find out what it means to be light. Find that balance. There are resources all over, all around you now, dear souls. You must switch your perspective from scarcity to that of abundance. From scarcity to that of abundance, because you are abundance, you are love, you are light, you are peace, you are harmony. You are Satchidananda, you are loved, you are loved. It's here, okay? And I'm so excited to be on this journey with you, dear souls. I am Bodhisattva. I'm a soul that, as I come into my divine mission, as I have completed the dark night of the soul, as I sit here in a perception of a fifth dimensional pyramid of light that is expansive, there's just so much. I mean, what all can you say about, as a man a couple years ago, I would have, or I did, sit there and joke and make, little shit like it's funny to talk about divinity, or the idea of someone's God, and make jokes about it, but when you're in a demoniac mindset, before you are able to clear those energies, the things that you say and do are without intuition. They're without the insight and the ability to be quickly putting stuff together. That doesn't happen when you're in these demoniac energies below the solar plexus. So I'm telling you, this we have to get to this place to where we are all working together, and it's just going to be, it's just going to come together. I mean, it's going to be amazing, and it's going to be things that we just never thought were even possible. The things that I've perceived, and this is given a mindset that, number one, I go into everything that I know nothing. I am informed. However, being informed, I perceive that I am a spirit. So therefore, if I'm a spirit informed, then I can't know anything, because I'm not in my raw, pure state. So then everything that I perceive or know or learn or anything is going through that programming. So I come and I say I know nothing, and that's a mantra. A lot of people have been saying, well, if you know nothing, how are you helping people? You know what I'm saying? But it's not that. It's the mantra that, um, if I go into it, that I have drawn no conclusions. I haven't drawn any conclusions. So if you haven't drawn any conclusions, then my mother and father God can shower me with insight as we go through. You know what I'm saying? And it's love and light. It's daily. It's just to be going through and to get these, all of a sudden my right ear, I'll just get like something like that, and then it'll spread. I started to where I'll go and I'll meditate in the woods, or even out here at work outside on the trees, and I'll put my arms around it, or I'll lean my head into it, and simply something like I am, I give, or I receive, I give, I am, or when you grab a hold of it, just I love God, I love God, I love you, I love God. Just the thoughts of drawing in the deva, the basically, I guess I don't know, maybe an oversoul of the species, an entity which is able to shower you with mahama, with grace, with it's a dimension. It's a as we go into this ascension, and I apologize for being all over the place, but as we go into this ascension, it is it's just a pouring of light. What I excuse me, what I witnessed was sacred geometry and different kinds of creator light, and there was the beautiful orange creator light, and then there was this new diamond essence, the pure white, and it was being put into the earth, and at this same time, these divine vehicles and angels of light, they were taking entities out of the underworld. And I got a lot of this on tape too, but it's too special to me, man. I don't know, man. When I put it up, just when people just, I don't know if they can't see it, or if what I'm saying, because it's not something that you can't see. So I'm thinking that maybe they just physically can't see it. But so what I'm saying, I'm looking at a video, and then I experienced it, but being still in a 3D perspective, even though Gaia has ascended, individually they're still in a 3D perspective, therefore they're not able to physically see on my video. So I don't know, we'll find out. I'll go through them. It hasn't mattered to me, you know what I'm saying? I know what I was experiencing. I didn't at the time. There was no insight at the time, but it was just like, what the, because it was like 3-4 hours, man. I got home at like midnight or something, and for hours, the neighbor's yard, there was all over the place. And then I go on a walk, and at the edge of, like 50 feet out, that it was divinity. It was my creator, showing me how far out my pyramid of light goes. And I'm telling you that did freak me out, because all 4 cardinal directions, as I'm walking down the street, and I look over and I see the orange crater light at all 4 different places. And then at the one down here, just kind of chilling in my light, was like I don't even know, man, like 10, 12 foot tall negative faction entity that was bright red eyes, like a mushroom kind of, you know what I'm saying, like the Mario guys, but a mean one, you know what I'm saying. And this was completely sober, you know what I'm saying. It wasn't like it was a moment of clarity, is what it's always been. Whenever I have stuff like this happen now, it's always within moments of clarity, extreme clarity. But yeah, I mean, it was, you know, I'll end with that because I don't want to get on a rant, after I already, have this first video really where I'm saying something that matters. Everything matters, but, you know, when I looked out at the edges of this pyramid of light, what it said to me was it was my Father and Mother God telling me that is how close anything that is not attached to the divine will can get to you, my son. And as I stared into these nasty red eyes of this thing, I just thought, I'm sorry, dark brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, the love of light. Don't you want it? You do. You want it. Let me give it to you. And he's like, I can just tell, yeah, motherfucker, yeah, you can get... No, I got all that far without cussing, too. But yeah, it's, I love you guys. Like I said, I'm Bodhisattva, which means that, even given that I am able to ascend and to have a retreat in the astral plane, I will come for every piece of my Father, Mother, God, every soul that is on this planet, every soul within reachable distance, which is everywhere. As I establish myself within the light, I will be a beacon for anything and everything that needs to be eradicated, or anything and everything of light that needs to get back to its home. I am love, I am light, and I love you. Oh, I need to calm down, man. I seen something in the video. The guy said that, and this is the way I feel. Like, I need to get home, or excuse me. He was like, he was talking about that I'm very uncomfortable here, and I'm really here just to help you. My buddy back home on the Pallades, he throws a whole party, you know what I'm saying, and does karaoke and everything. And I just got to think about that. That's good, man. That's good. We are, anybody that has this itch to set life free, okay? We're here by choice. We're here by choice. Our, that's one thing that anything I've interacted with, or anything that has interacted in my perception, because I haven't had anything to do with it, within this dimension at least, but it's just been that feeling that it's me, that's all it is. It's just other versions of us, and it's the ascension. We are going from a state of darkness into light. So enjoy the journey. I'm like I said, not only myself, but a whole lot, a legion of light is with you, and we love you, and we can't wait. We can't wait to get to the area to where we are able to be more conscious of our mission. So I'll talk to you guys soon.